I believe that everyone has a story. I believe that God is at the center of everyone's story. My name is Lexi, and this is my story. When I moved to Ohio in 8th grade, I was really lonely, and I didn't really know what to do because when I lived in Massachusetts, I never had any friends really except for my soccer team. I was called a walrus because I had really big teeth. I was made fun of. It was just really hard on me. And then when I moved to Ohio, everyone wanted to be my friend because I was suddenly popular, and I didn't handle it very well. And then when I was going into freshman year of high school, my best friend, who is no longer my best friend, raped me. And I did not handle this very well. I didn't tell anyone for a couple of months, and I was cutting myself, and I started using drugs and alcohol. I tried killing myself a few times, and my boyfriend was really worried about me, and my family didn't know how to deal with me because I was constantly lying to them, and I started living a double life so that people wouldn't worry about me because I didn't want to hurt other people. So I had one Facebook for my church life and my family, and I had another Facebook for the people I was using drugs with. And this went on for a good couple of years, and it went from just drinking on the weekends to drinking a 40 ounce every night and doing other drugs too. And I couldn't go a day without using. I couldn't go a few hours without it. And my grades were going down in school. I went from being an A student to having D's. And I did this because I felt lonely and I was scared and shameful of everything that had happened in my life. And it was a vicious cycle because what I was doing wasn't supporting the person who I originally wanted to be. I wanted to be a good person with friends, and that was happy, and I just couldn't be happy. And then on April 22nd, 2010, I overdosed, and my friends left me in a ditch on the side of the road. And then when the police found me, I went to the hospital, obviously, and I was okay. After being in the hospital for a couple weeks, I got sent away to rehab. And when I was in rehab, I didn't really get to talk to my family very much, and I was pretty alone there too, and that was what I was scared of, being is alone. And I had to start feeling my emotions because when I was using drugs, I was numbing myself out, so I didn't have to feel everything I was so afraid of. I was really afraid of feeling anything. And so then when I was in Utah for rehab, I started reading the Bible because I knew that some things about God, but I didn't know if I believed in Him or anything. And then as I started reading it, I'd realized that He would never leave me and He would always love me as long as I believed in Him. And it was just amazing to think that even when I felt so alone, I really wasn't. And it gave me hope that even though I had done so many awful things when I was using, and even though so many bad things has happened to me, that He was going to be there for me and support me and love me more than anyone could. Even though my family at times weren't very supportive of me, that He would always be there and He would always love me. It was just a really amazing thing. And people still to this day will judge me because of my past. And people to this day will stop being my friend. But then I know that they don't really love me. The people who leave me don't love me, and I know that God does. And I know this because of 1 Corinthians 13:4, and it talks about love is patient, love is kind. And that whole verse really just means a whole lot to me. Basically because it says what love is, and it reminds me that when I feel like the world is ending, When someone I thought loved me leaves me, then I know that they didn't really love me. And I know that God does. And that's just amazing. And God's really helped my life because I'm almost 2 years sober now. I'll be 2 years sober in April. And that's like a really big deal. And my life's getting on track again. And obviously I have down days and up days and all around days. But I'm making it through because of the grace of God. And I don't know what I'd do without him. Jesus gave his life for us, and now we can give our life to him. Our future, our worries, our relationships, all of that can go to Jesus. And that's just a really big deal. And I think that's important that we share our stories because we all have one. I believe everyone has a story. I believe God is a part of our story. My name is Lexi, and that was my story.